What's up, guys? It's Wally, and today we're going to be doing some battles with the Hisuian Samurott. Now, we've done a couple videos in the past highlighting Sharpness users, specifically Gallade and Kleavor, but we've really yet to feature a Hisuian Samurott. And especially now with the meta that really contains a lot of Cresselia, it's nice to have a strong Dark-type Pokemon who has an ability that makes it even stronger. Because Ceaseless Edge is a pretty strong Dark-type move, however, with the Sharpness bonus, plus the fact that it also has the stab because Samurott is a Dark-type Pokemon, it's going to make it really strong and actually have that chance of knocking out Cresselia in one shot, if it doesn't terrestrialize. And that bonus from Sharpness really comes in handy too. Because I'm thinking back to a team that we just played with where we had a Chi-Yu with Life Orb. You know, we actually had that chance with the Life Orb to be able to knock out Cresselia in one shot with a Dark Pulse. However, if we didn't have the Life Orb, that thing would have still been out there with at least 10 to 20% of its HP. But Sharpness adds an extra 50% to your slicing moves, so that Ceaseless Edge, which I think is typically like a 60 power, would essentially kind of go up to 90, just for rough math. So that's going to be a really strong move into Cresselia, so if they don't end up terrestrializing, it's going to be extremely strong. And even if they do terrestrialize and they do get the Trick Room off, if for some reason Samurott is able to stay out there, at least you know an Aqua Cutter is going to be a really strong move over to Ursaluna. So really, it's not a bad matchup to put out there if they end up leading those two. But other than Ceaseless Edge, we also have Aqua Cutter, which of course is a stab move and also gets that Sharpness boost. And plus, we do have the Water Terra because we don't have any Terra Shards to change it to something else. So we would get that 2x stab if we decided to Terra. And honestly, with a couple of the Fairy Mons that are out there, obviously Fluttermane, there is a possibility that we would end up terrestrializing into water to kind of avoid a super effective move into us. And we do have the Assault Vest, but if we don't terrestrialize, I think it'll still be pretty difficult to end up surviving a Fairy move from Fluttermane. But other than that, we do have Sacred Sword as well, which is nice to go into the Dark-type Pokemon that you might see, as well as other ones like Steel. That would end up being weak to fighting. And then last but not least, we do also have X-Scissor. And this, I think, is going to be really nice on Samurott if you do end up facing something like a Heatran that does terrestrialize into grass. It'll be nice to have something that's super effective that also does get that bonus from Sharpness. So having that will be a nice little matchup into that kind of matchup. But other than that, I think the other three moves will be able to take care of pretty much anything else. So I think this team's going to be a lot of fun. You know, got a couple Pokemon here that I haven't used in a little while, and I think they're going to be really good complements to Samurott. So super excited to get into these battles, so we will. But before we do, as always, if you guys are new here, just haven't yet, please make sure to go down and hit the subscribe button. If you guys do enjoy the video, please make sure to drop a like too. Well, let's get into the battles. And here's one of those Ursaluna and Cresselia matchups that I was kind of talking about in the intro. I'll be honest with you, it will be a little difficult for Samurott because I would imagine that they're also going to end up starting with hands. And of course, we can't even Terra away from being faked out or anything else. So, man. But we'll still start Samurott as well. And also go Dragonite too. And then, of course, we'll have Pow in the back, as well as... I'm going to go Glimmora, because I forgot this Glimmora is actually the Grass Terra one. So, at least we'll have a Grass move here against something like Ursaluna. And again, it is kind of a... it's kind of tough to not click, like a... not click a ground move over into Glimmora because of the 4x weakness. So I would imagine they'd probably start with something like that. I think we'd definitely be able to... oh yeah, we're good. Alright. So what we're going to do here... Yeah, we're going to end up going for the Ceaseless Edge over there. Part of me wants to click Outrage, however, I am a little worried that A, they're going to protect with Ursaluna, and B, it's possible that they might end up terrestrializing into Fairy with Cresselia. So that's going to be a little tough. I kind of want to go for the Iron Head for that reason. I'm going to do that just to cover, because we need to knock Cresselia out, you know? I would imagine it's going to be... Yep. Is it going to be Cresselia? You bet. Is it going to be Fairy? You bet. Okay, glad we ended up kind of covering for that then. So, of course, we're not going to do much damage with the Ceaseless Edge, but... Ooh, they did not terrestrialize. Okay. Or they didn't protect, pardon me. And And we miss with the Ceaseless Edge. Okay, that's not great. They get a Swords Dance. That's not great either. Can we get a flinch, please? Thank you. That is huge, not gonna lie. Alright, so, now on this one... I can't believe we missed. You know, could always terrestrialize and go for the Aqua Cutter and just hope for the best. Because that's a 2x stab. It's super effective because now they can't terrestrialize. What do they have in the back, though? Now, I'll be smart and save my Terra. I'll go for the Aqua Cutter, and I'll go for the Iron Head over there one more time, too. Cool. Question is, who are they swapping in? Makes sense. Yeah, glad we didn't terrestrialize then. That is definitely not enough damage. Yeah, it's times like this where I wish I could switch my move with Dragonite, but that choice band kind of makes it a little difficult too. It's not like I can hard swap into Glimmora. Actually, I probably could. They would not go Earthquake. But would they end up going for a Stomping or Headlong Rush? Pardon me, not Stomping Tantrum. I'm just gonna hope for the best. Maybe we can get a flinch again or something. Perfect. Let's get the Aqua Cutter. Let's see what we can do. That's a good amount of damage. If we would have terrestrialized, we would have been fine, but that's fine. They get the crit on that. That's not necessarily ideal, but we're going to be okay. Because now we actually get that free switch into... Yeah, that's fine. Get that free switch into Glimmora. We can terrestrialize Glimmora and go for the... Never mind, this is not my ground one. My bad. My bad. Alright, so with this one... Dang. I'm gonna have to go with the Earth Power over there, and then I will need to... Actually, no, let's be smart about this. Let's be smart about this. Let's go for as strong as we possibly can go with the Aqua Cutter, over into hands. Then I will terrestrialize and go for the Energy Ball over into the bear. Because again, Ursaluna protecting here would not be a good thing for them because I think this is their last turn before they get knocked out to the burn. So at least we can knock it out before it can do anything else. And also, it's not like we can protect with Samurott, so that's going to be a little tough. Get our Energy Ball, that's perfect. Say goodbye so they can't go for a Facade or anything. And then hopefully the Aqua Cutter will bring it down to, like... Yeah, that's not... Nice! Okay, I thought they were maybe going to go for an electric move over into Samurott. Okay, that's good for us then. Yeah, it's a shame we missed that first Ceaseless Edge, because it would have been nice to have the spikes out there to be able to do a little bit of residual damage. Now, are they going to bring out Cresselia? Nope, that is definitely not Cresselia. Oh boy. At least they're poison, though. Yeah, at least we got the poison, but, you know, that plus the spikes would have been really, really cool. Alright, unfortunately we don't have anything to protect with Samurott, so that's going to be a little tough. I'll try to go for the Aqua Cutter over there. And I'm going to go for the Sludge Bomb over into hands only because I'm more worried about hands than I am about Flutter Mane as it pertains to, way to go, Glim, and the berry, but as it pertains to Chien-Pao in the back. So I think that's going to be a big help. Good damage. Can we get a poison? You bet we can. And then we should be able to get a KO here? I'm hoping. Or not. Never mind, but they do get the Drain Punch. That's unfortunate. But it's okay, because with the poison and one more move from... how much damage is that? Oh, so close. So close. But yeah, from that poison damage and what would then be... what would then be our Sludge Bomb again, I think would definitely KO. Actually, you know what? Let's be smart. Let's be smart. Let's protect and let's Spiky Shield. And let's see what they do from here. That way we can get a little extra residual damage, and then if they decide to bring out yeah. Then they get poisoned. Out protects. That was actually really smart on their behalf, only because now they're allowed to get a fake out then. Oh, and that's right, that thing doesn't get poisoned because of the thing doesn't get poisoned because it has levitate, so it's technically not on the ground, so makes sense. Here comes hands. Alright, so I think to kind of cover ourselves on this one, I think we're gonna go for the Ice Spinner over into hands, and I'm gonna go for the Sludge Bomb over into Cresselia. The main thought process behind that is the fact that if they decide to fake out, if they fake out Glimmora, then we still knock out hands, and then if they end up faking out Pao, we'll more than likely knock out Cresselia with the Sludge Bomb. So that'll be a thought process. I think they're trying to think about what they want to do too, because I was gonna say it's gonna be a fake out and then probably a Trick Room then. But the Sludge Bomb picks it up. That's perfect. Nice. And thankfully, oh yeah, they get a little extra damage too. That's perfect. You know, I was going to say, thankfully, Samurott ended up doing enough damage over into Flutter Mane to make it so that we could have protected there and actually knocked out with the poison. So, perfect. We'll do Ice Spinner. Let's do Sludge Bomb, and let's call it a game. There we go. GG's. So, Samurott v. Samurott. Now, the question is, are they even going to bring their Samurott? Again, because this is a Samurott video, you bet we're bringing ours. I will say we would kind of have a problem against Bramblegast. That could be a lot worse, to be honest with you. Glimmora actually would be a pretty good matchup against that. It would just be tough against... No, maybe not against Thundy, because now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think that Thundy really has much of a... I don't think Thundy has much of a moveset for flying moves. So, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start out with Tornadus and Pao, and then we'll have Glimmora and Samurott in the back. Yeah, I think that's going to work out. Yeah, I think that's going to work out. Again, we have 2 Darkmons to go against the Bramblegast. Of course, we do unfortunately have to worry about the grass from that one Ghost-type Pokemon. They do have Psychic with the Braviary, so thankfully we have the 2 Darkmons for that as well. Yeah, I think we're gonna be fine. Yeah, Talonflame, Bramblegast, we kind of knew that was gonna be the case. Now, let's go for our Tailwind. And because we're both setting Tailwind, at least I'm assuming we are, I am going to go with... I'm trusting going for an Ice Spinner over to Bramblegast. I'm usually on the other side of this matchup, to be honest with you, so it's kind of weird thinking about what to do against it. But again, they could Terrastalize, and they could end up going for a Protect as well, but... Okay, it's going to be a Terra, and that's part of the reason why we went for the Ice Spinner, too. Because this might be Fairy? Yeah. So at least we still get a neutral move, and it's going to be pretty strong against that thing, too. So I think we'll be fine. Fine, we get that, too. I know. They have Terra Blast. That's my question. It's good damage, though. Ooh, Bullet Seed. That might be enough that they have, yeah, that's going to be enough that they have, loaded dice. Yeah, which they do. At least I would assume so. That or they got pretty lucky on that. But either way... Oh, we're fine, though. We're fine. Let's go, let's go Glimmora here. Let's go Glimmora until we're able to, knock out. And we can't go Bleak Wind, unfortunately. Okay, I'm gonna swap into Samurott here. And then I'm gonna Terrastalize. No, we're not gonna Terrastalize yet. But I will go for the Sludge Bomb over to Bramblegast. Because I was a little worried that we were weak to the grass, but I forget that we're also Poison type as well, so that kind of cancels out the weakness from the rock. It's good damage. Unfortunate, though. Ooh, okay. Well, Samurott actually hangs in there with that, so that's perfect. What is unfortunate, though, is the fact that they probably would end up KOing with another Brave Bird, so... Ah, and there's Braviary now. Okay. I'm going to swap back into Torn. And then I'm going to Terrastalize and go for the Power Gem up there. Because, again, I feel like they would end up going for the Brave Bird down into Samurott to be able to knock it out. Because, especially if they're going to go into, like, a... or if they're going to choice themselves or something into, like, Esper Wing, they wouldn't be doing the Psychic move over there. I would imagine they're going to go Esper Wing down into... yeah, down into Glimmora. So let's take away that super effective move. Let's knock out Talonflame. Perfect. That's perfect then. As long as they don't Brave Bird down into, yeah, exactly. That's a lot of damage. Okay. So, that's fine. Ah, they did bring Samurott. Okay, cool. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We only have one at Tailwind, so do they. You go for the Bleakwind Storm. Still Samurott in the back. And then I'm gonna go for a Spiky Shield on this first one. That way, if we can survive this one with Tornadus, then we can set up the Tailwind one more time. Good damage, actually. Can we get a speed drop? No. Okay, Ceaseless Edge going over there, but then Esper Wing over there, I'm assuming. Nice. A little extra damage. They get Heat Wave? Oh, boy. Dang. That's alright, though. That's alright. I wish we could have gotten one of the speed drops, but that is totally okay. Everyone's Tailwind's gone. So let's go into Samurott here, obviously. Obviously. Alright, so... Now, they could protect with Braviary here, which would be a little unfortunate. I'm going to take my chances, because, again, the Heat Wave is probably what I'm most afraid of. So I'm going to go Ceaseless Edge up there, as well as a Power Gem, too. Nice, we get the Power Gem first. Knock out Braviary. Unfortunately, we get the Ceaseless Edge over into their Samurott, which ain't going to do much, but we can always go for... Ooh, actually, that's not bad damage. We'll take that. I'm not upset about that. Yeah, Sacred Sword, that's fair. I get you. I get you. But very obviously, good critical hit. But obviously, we have the speed over them. So I think we're going to be fine here. Beautiful. And let's go Energy Ball, and let's finish it off. Ooh, Sucker Punch, though. Yeah, but definitely not enough. Well, now they have Spikes and Toxic Spikes over there. So, not that it matters because we're about to knock out their last Pokemon, but still, hazards galore. There we go. Goodbye, Samurott. So, in the battle of Hisuian Samurott versus Hisuian Samurott, ours wins. There we go. Good game. By the way, I realized in the first two battles, I didn't actually set my screen to full screen, so I know those first two probably looked a little wonky, but back to full screen now, and I'll try to remember that for the next couple videos. But for this one, it looks like they definitely are going to set up Tailwind. But definitely looks like they're going to be setting potentially Manual Rain, if not... Yeah, probably Manual Rain then. But in that case, let's go Tornadus. And let's go Glimmora as well. That way, if they end up starting with one of their Watermons, at least we can take care of that with a Grass Terra and an Energy Ball. Or if they start out Zapdos, we can always just go with a Power Gem too. So let's do that. Let's have Samurott in the back, as well as... Honestly, let's have Pao as well, because... Yeah, we'll go Pao as well. It's got a couple good moves to kind of take care of a couple of things. But also with that, at least then we would have like a Sucker Punch or something into Basculegion. If it's out there with Rain and it's Swift Swim or something like that. You know what I mean? Well, that's not ideal because that is not, and repeat, not the Water-type Urshifu. So, we are not going to be Terastallizing. We will, however, go with the Tailwind. I'm going to go for a Sludge Bomb over there, too. If I can do what I can to take them out, that would be ideal. I have a feeling it's going to be a Wicked Blow, though, and I feel like it's going to probably do a lot of damage. Yeah, that's definitely a lot of damage. Ooh! Torn stays in, though. Let's go. And we get the poison on Urshi. That's perfect. Let me think about this. Alright, I'm going to go for the Bleak Wind Storm, and I'm also going to go for a Spiky Shield. That way Urshifu doesn't do any... That way it won't do damage with a Sucker Punch here, pardon me. Because if they go Sucker Punch... Okay, so they didn't. But at least we didn't get leered. That's a positive thing. Now we have a chance to survive. And plus we also get the... Never mind, because the Bleak Wind, or the Sucker Punch went first, and unfortunately the Sucker Punch went into Tornadus. That's okay, though. We did not get leered, and that is pretty important. And again, I thought they were going to go for the Sucker Punch, so that's why I decided to go for the Protect, because if they were going to do that into Glimmora, Spiky Shield obviously makes it so that Sucker Punch would have failed. The other three wouldn't have been, wouldn't have been the case. So, let's see. Who do we go out with? Let's go Samurott. Why not? Let's see who they bring out. Basculegion. Okay. Should have brought out the other Mon. But that is totally okay because... Ooh, but do they protect? Ooh, or are they going to go for the Rain Dance? I'm going to go for the Ceaseless Edge over there, and then I'm going to Terrasilize and go for the Energy Ball just in case. The Energy Ball would end up going first because I'm like 99% sure that we end up outspeeding Samurott with Glimmora. So at the very least, we can hopefully knock out with the Energy Ball. But if not, we'll have the Ceaseless Edge to kind of pick up for it. And if we do knock out, Ceaseless Edge goes over into Tornadus. So we'll be good from that perspective. Gonna be a Water Terra, I would imagine. Yep. So that's good. Again, I would expect probably a Rain Dance here then. If they do go Bleak Wind, well then we're going to be in some trouble because of the grass. But again, I'm really expecting them to go for a Rain Dance here. And that way we can end up going for a Protect on the next one. That way we can knock out with Hisuian Samurott over... Okay. Well, they didn't do what I thought they were going to do, but that's okay. Speed fell, which means that Samurott's actually going to go first now. Okay, so I'm guessing that that is adaptability then. Nice. Okay, so not ideal. But either way, we would have been taken out because Basculegion had some good damage. And we also set the spikes. Because Basculegion would have went for the Wave Crash then, and we would have been knocked out. But here, now we end up knocking Basculegion out, and we're in a good spot with that. So we've knocked out two of their strong Pokemon in Basculegion and in Urshifu. All they have left is their, I guess, Tailwind Setter / Bleak Wind Stormer. If that makes sense. Oh, and Heatran. Cool. But of course the spikes, that's perfect. They already just terrestrialized, so we can actually go for the Aqua Cutter over there and still be good. But are they going to protect the Heatran? Blunderbill, Tailwind for 1, so do we. Maybe they do protect then. Alright, here's what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to go for the Ceaseless Edge up into Tornadus as well as the Power Gem. That's a little worrisome. That's okay though. We should be okay here. It's not like they have anything that's going to be super effective against us, so we should be fine. Yeah, Earth Power ain't going to do too much. We're good. Ceaseless Edge does a good amount of damage here. That's fine. I think we're going to be fine here, though. Our Tailwind peters out. They get theirs coming in. Let's go Pow. Now, no matter what they go with here, I think we're going to be fine against it. So I'm going to go Aqua Cutter over there, and then I'm going to go for the Ice Spin, or Ice Spinner over into Tornadus. That way, if they protect and go for the Tailwind, either way, I think we're going to be fine. There's no way a Heat Wave knocks out Samurott. So we should be able to get an Aqua Cutter over there. And then again, with the Ice Spinner, we should be able to knock out. And even if they do go with the Heat Wave, we do have Sash. Okay, they went for the Tailwind. They didn't go for a Protect. Is this going to be Heat Wave? Flash Cannon? No, they go Heat Wave. Yeah. Again, definitely nothing on Samurott. It's fine, just no burns. Just no burns, please. Thank you. Okay, good. Get the Ice Spinner, that'll knock out. And then we get this Aqua Cutter, which, with the Sharpness, and especially with Pow out there as well, I'm hoping knocks out, but this thing might have some Bolt. Doesn't even matter. Never mind. And the critical hit definitely helps out quite a bit as well, so that's perfect. Yeah, glad we're able to knock out Heatran. I'm glad they didn't have the Grass Terra left. But then again, even if they did have the Grass Terra, we would have the Ice to be able to go over in there to knock out. So there we go. Samurott kind of taking it over there. Good game. It's always a good feeling one of the starters actually gets a hidden ability that's really great. Obviously, we got a couple in this generation, Gen 9. However, if you look at a Pokemon like Hisuian Typhlosion getting Frisk, which I know isn't necessarily the worst ability, but definitely not as good as something like Sharpness. So I'm really happy that Samurott ended up getting that and actually made him a really great Pokemon. And the fact that it gets a lot of slicing moves, again, like the 4 that we have here with Ceaseless Edge, Aqua Cutter, Sacred Sword, and X-Scissor, they're going to be doing a ton of damage after the Sharpness. And you even saw that in the battle. And we ended up taking out the Heatran, even though it ended up being a super effective move with the Aqua Cutter, and we had Pow out there. But even so, it was still doing some really good damage to a lot of the Pokemon that we ended up facing. And ended up being a really great Mon. I'm excited to see what else we can end up doing with it. We'll definitely be doing some more battles, put out another video, and definitely do a lot on stream as well. So if you guys are interested, make sure to come on by stream. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the battles. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like, and we'll see you guys next time.